What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with Puro Pinche Party. Today with us we have Bicho, owner of VIP Tattoo. We got Coach Antonio over here.
What's up, guys?
And if you've been to any of the events this past year, then you'll recognize this beautiful face over here. We got Arturi El Turi. Like a brother to me.
And when I say brother, I don't mean like an actual brother, but I mean it like the way black people use it, which is more meaningful, I think.
And today we're going to be sampling, tasting, enjoying this bottle of Primo Tequila, Primo 1861. Just quick that I want to go over a couple of fun facts. So Primo Tequila, it's tribute to Pedro Camarena. He's the second generation Pedro Camarena because the one who actually made this, sixth generation Pedro Camarena, but Pedro Camarena the second is actually the first person to make a distillery in the
Pueblo.
El pueblo de Arandas in Los Altos, Jalisco. But before we get started, also, if you guys notice that we're not drinking out of shot glasses, we're actually drinking out of something that we're going to be sipping out of. We're not going to be shooting this, we're going to be enjoying it. This glass itself is called the Glen Cairn. It's usually used for savoring a lot of spirits, but that way they get the scent more in depth. And
Without the Ouija board.
Without the Ouija board. And
no evil spirits.
None.
Also, like I said, we're gonna be tasting it. So if you're not new or if you're not used to tasting tequila, what I like to tell people is just put a little sip in your mouth, let it marinate on the tongue, because your tongue has a lot of taste buds, and what that's going to do, it's going to shock them. And that's how people always get the impression of, oh wow, this tequila is, strong or whatever. And I mean, Antonio, what's your history on tequila?
Oh, mine was just
Keep it PG.
Keep it PG.
I was just grab a shot, just take it, and that's it. Not taste it, don't know who made it, where it's from, nothing. Just
Shit. So when you go to the club, you're like, oh yeah, let me get trying to be cool. Let me get the bottle of tequila. It's like, all right, that'd be $400. Oh shit, $400. Let me.
basically,
I'll take two.
basically.
Let me just get 2 shots then. Baby, you drinking? All right, just 1 shot then.
Yeah, basically. And you just take it and you just kind of get wild with it. Cause it was never just kind of like just taste it and see who made it, where it came from. It was.
Yeah.
Let's just run it.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a client about that earlier. I'm like, yeah, it's because they were like, oh, see their bottles. I'm like, yeah, they're actually really good ones. They're all award winners. And they're like, what awards for what? I'm like, for not tasting shitty, like, she was telling me, she's like, yeah, that's what people used to drink to. That was crap, just to get drunk real quick in between beers. In between, like, yeah.
It is. Turi, Arturo. What would you say your experience with tequila is?
I think definitely before it was just like everyone else, just taking shots, just trying to get.
Hey, with the cool kids?
Yeah, just get wherever you're trying to go really quickly. But definitely like
Pound town.
Straight to the point and go.
I was gonna say the party town.
Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, sorry, it's different mentality.
No, but yeah, I think definitely like in the past few years that I've grown more towards like kind of like what Gio said, actually like taking the time, getting something maybe a little more complex, not just shotting it, letting like all the flavors hit you, because it's not all at once. You have to let it like really sit on your tongue, and you'll get maybe something at the beginning, something else at the end. It all just really depends.
Not just a gag feeling of like, hold on, give me a lime.
Really, I think people associate tequila with having to need like either like a lime or shooter or something. But if you get something that's quality and you actually take your time to enjoy it, you honestly don't need anything.
Well, the myth is that with taking a lime, it's because back in the day during the Mexican Revolutionary War, which I want to also comment back to the bottle, because the first distillery, which was it was actually burnt down in the Mexican Revolutionary War. It got burnt down, so did a lot of distilleries, and so back in the day they were making a lot of crappy tequilas, and when they were doing that, so if you when you make tequila, you have to make sure the agaves are ripe, and the way they're cut and cooked. So if they're not cutting it right, they leave the cocoyo, which is the center part, which is the waxy part. It's really bitter. If they don't take that part out, it kind of messes with the tequila. But like I said, if you're not putting your time and effort to take that part out and do everything correctly, you're gonna get a really crappy tequila. And what the lime does, it kind of like masks the flavor of the tequila. So I can see why people would be like, "Oh yay, shitty tequila. Let me get that lime."
Like when life gives you lemons, take a shot of tequila with it.
No shit.
So, limones, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, you were saying. Sorry.
No, yeah, I mean exactly that. I've had tequilas. I think one of my favorite ones personally would probably be like La Gritona, one of the ones that you showed me.
Very good. Hopefully we get to.
Which one was that?
La Gritona.
La Gritona.
It was women owned, ran.
Yeah.
Really good. I like the bottle. We're gonna put that on also the podcast. We're gonna review it, so stay tuned for that. But you're saying, I'm sorry.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Like that one. That one's actually like really flowery. Like there's like almost like not a traditional taste to it at all. Like of the, like you said, like the bitterness.
Yeah.
That's probably one of
honestly,
my favorites.
yeah, it's all like, just been chilling. I'm like, oh, that's some good stuff. Yeah, let's try it, you know, and not. Hold on, let me just. Hold on, I'm going to the bathroom. Yeah, las caras.
Those faces.
No hagas tus caras.
I've tried introducing people to it, and I tell them explicitly, like, do not shot this. Enjoy it, sip it.
Yeah.
What do? They still shot it.
Yeah, it's because they're used.
And I'll tell
It's
them,
because
like,
they're used
it's
to.
not that hard.
Oh man, I got a shitty fucking.
Oh yeah, this is still kind of like branding. I'm like,
It's because
you did exactly what I
it's like
told
the
you
first
not to
2-3.
do.
When you start introducing to your mouth, it's like, all right, you gotta get used to it. Especially like if you're eating like hot Cheetos, anything hot like hot Cheetos, elote, you're fucking eating fruit with chile, tajin on it, you know, like all that is gonna definitely change your taste buds. And that's why I like tasting tequila or any spirits, because we're also starting to get to the whiskeys too. It also goes hand in hand with the tequila, because tequila, when they rest it, you get reposado, you got añejo, extra añejo. They actually use ex bourbon barrels. But with that, I forgot what I was saying. That was crazy.
That's the good tequila. Salud, boys. Hold on, let's get back on track real quick. Salud. I like when we get together. I don't get to see you guys all the time.
So, I like explaining this because, like I said, doing this is like it's like a adult version of collecting Pokemon cards.
Well, it's an understanding, you know. Like I like it, and when I sit there and I'm tattooing, and the people, you know, like clients are just, you know, checking the bottles, like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know. And I'm just explaining, you know, you relax if you want something to sip on, eat, chill, you know, And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, you know, like just everything that I've learned, you know, about the whole, the water that they use, the highlands, the lowlands, the amount of sun, like a lot of that stuff, it's been really cool, you know, especially as
we're gonna get into the water too, because that's really puts a big
you know,
impact on this.
and it's like it's important when you're having good stuff, because you say you're not getting that, like people are like, oh, hold on, I need to chug it. It's like, no, enjoy it, motherfucker. It's not something that you're associating with, like, oh, I remember I used to get crap face tanned. No, I
have that
I don't
too.
want to do that again.
Or with any drink.
Yeah, yeah, for real.
We can hold those thoughts real quick. I also wanted to put that information out that this bottle of Primo Tequila is made in NOM 1579, which is El Pandillo Distillery, which is ran by the famous Felipe Camarena, which is another Camarena. Like I said, when you say Camarena in Mexico, it's tequila royalty. They also
A family.
It's a huge family.
It's a reputation.
Like I said, 6 generations. I can't imagine somebody be named my name for another, you know, X amount of generations. But
represent properly.
at El Pandillo, they also make really good tequilas like G4, which we have over here. we made into a really cool light. They also make Volans tequila. They make Teralta. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff coming out there. And what's really interesting that I always thought is that Felipe Camarena has access to many different types of water, and a lot of people that are really snobs with their water, I get it now, because it changes the tequila. They get rainwater, they get deep well water, which in the Highlands,
We ain't doing that sink water stuff, right?
and that they get the spring water. But this one specifically is 100% spring water. Was watered,
Filtered by Mother Nature itself, not by Brita water filters.
yeah. Well,
It's natural.
and
You still get the minerals.
yeah, so what Felipe Camarena doesn't like to do, well, he does. It's really rare for him to do, is to
Salud, boys.
salud, is to not necessarily use one specific water. He likes to use different mixes. But Pedro Camarena, he liked the profile of spring water specifically. But when you think springs, sometimes in Mexico they dry out. So you're like, oh shit. But luckily, there's different springs that they can use. But also, this isn't tequila. This is mass produced. This tequila actually came out a little bit after the pandemic, because before that, Pedro Camarena.
Well, don't remind people of the pandemic. No.
I know.
They
Before
don't want
that,
to know this.
before that, he was a real estate agent. So back then, nobody was ever certain what the fuck was gonna happen. And like, oh shit,
It's like anything else.
I gotta-
A ver qué pasa.
and all of a sudden he has a calling to make tequila, and it ends up being really good, because this tequila was one of the first bottles that I had when I started collecting. It's really good to enjoy. And yeah, so I don't know, we've been sipping on it a little bit, but because we have these glasses, I want you guys to let me know with your guys' experience, what do you guys got in the nose? I don't know, let me see.
I think on the nose and on the tongue, one of the main things that I get is that really like peppery flavor, but it's also not like overpowering. Like I don't feel like it's
Look at that nose. That.
So
yeah, I don't feel like we were saying earlier that like you need some juice or something. I need something to get the
something
taste
that's
out
gonna
of my
burn the
mouth.
nostril.
It's really pleasant actually.
Yeah.
And with blancos, or some other people might call it silver or plata, a lot of the time, because they're not really, they don't rest them so long in ex bourbon barrels, that's why they're clear.
So like by rest you mean like they just like keep them in there?
Yeah, that's what reposado actually means in Spanish. It means rested. So they keep it
Yeah.
there for X amount of times.
Dormió bien.
So in another video, we're actually going to get into what the difference are between blanco, reposado, añejo, extra añejo. But for the sake of this one, yeah, this is a blanco. And a lot of the times with the blancos, you always taste minerally, pepper, some agave, some citrus, like the one we did with Yayo. That one's really citrusy.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I love it. And so not all tequilas are the same, not all blancos are the same. So for you to be like, oh, I only like this one.
We'll have to put a bottle of crap so that everybody you can see a real reaction, like, oh,
Once you get some good stuff, you're gonna be like, you know what, this is.
and that's what's cool about it smell, because everybody got to smell it. Oh, and then they make the face like, oh no, oh that's not bad. Yeah, exactly. Now imagine what that's gonna feel like when you actually drink it. It's like, oh, that doesn't taste like. I might taste like regret.
I don't regret this right now.
For my scent,
Give me a beer. Hurry up.
Yeah, what do you get on the?
for my scent, the fact that it's raining outside right now, it reminds me of in Mexico when it starts raining and some of the roads are they get
that
wet.
smell.
Right? It's like,
Right?
a little bit of dirt, a little bit of cement.
Oh,
It's minerals in the air.
Yeah, that's
that's
I don't know.
Yeah,
Tell
it's
me.
funny.
Exactly.
Smell it again.
That's
Smell it again, and
Dude,
That
the other,
smell, that
the other
rain,
day,
like-
the other day when it rained, my daughter's like, "I love that smell." I'm like, "So you smell it too?" I'm like, "Oh,
It's
okay,
not
cool,
just me."
cool." Because she's like, why do you have the windows open? Yeah, that's that
fresh
first.
air.
Yeah, that's I like that. That's what you get. You know,
But sometimes you don't get it around here. You go to Mexico. That's
yeah.
all.
Well, it's a different. It's a different amount of magnesium in the soil. You know all that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that it is. That's what you do. You smell. It is a breath of fucking fresh air.
The fresh.
That's what I get.
freshness.
When I first started tasting this, I tasted on the palate. I tasted really minty, almost like. But because you get that also, you kind of taste with your nose also. So if you close your nose and you taste something, it all goes hand in hand. So when I ask somebody like, "Oh, what do you taste?" It's always different. Whatever you had previously on your mouth, whatever you smelled previously. So that's why I like, trying tequilas, trying whiskeys with people that are actually gonna take the time to tell me. Because I'm like, every time I show somebody, "Oh, what do you taste? I need to know."
They're able to chug it. Like, no, boy, you're supposed to sip it.
Taste it.
Try this.
Chill.
And they're like, oh man, fucking half the bottle's gone already. You're like, come on, man, it's a sipper, not a.
Yeah, like I said, I already had this a year, and for technical difficulties, we already tried running this tasting so many times, but I still have some. So I try to save it for people that I want to, I'll have a good time, because when you bring a bottle, have a good time. Like I said, if somebody brings a bottle, don't be a snob. Enjoy it. Enjoy it with the people that you love.
See, that's what's cool. You can enjoy it. You're not just sitting there, girl, yeah, let me just drink it in between, beers and
Take a shot.
Neta, I mean, fuck, as far as me being on my health thing, I'm like, all right, cool. I don't got time to sit there and drink a million beers, like when we were kids, or,
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
and then maybe it wasn't a million,
What
but
do you mean when you're a kid? You're still a child of God, right?
Tooty's like,
Listen.
hey, we're not gonna go there.
Anyway, but for real, you actually sitting there and sipping, enjoying it, good friends, like I don't see you guys, I don't fucking, it's.
You don't have to get all twisted in.
Yeah. But you know what?
It's like back in the day when you see those old pictures of those guys from the Mexican Revolution chilling.
Oh yeah.
It reminds you of that,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool. But
It is. Yeah, it is to some people, but you just watch. These guys are just sipping just like nothing.
Mm.
but
but you can sip with it. You don't have to sit there and be like, oh, you've been drinking.
one thing that you said about health also, that it's additive free, so there's no artificial additives added to it. All you have is the water, the agave, and the yeast.
Because under this, all this baggy sweater, these coaches, under all these, we keep it cool, and yeah, it's shit. It's not when we have our fucking beer trips, they get the beer belly. This is, you're not getting the beer belly. You're chilling, and you're not in a rush to drink. It's not
You're not chasing that.
Yeah, you're just having a good time and chilling and enjoying. Now I'm like,
Jeez. Speaking of a good time, so another thing that I wanted to bring up, that Pedro Camara II, he actually had 21 kids. 21 kids.
so he was having a good time.
So yeah, back in the day, they didn't have TV, no nothing.
What?
And the three boys actually made their own distilleries. One of them was La Alteña, by one of his sons, Felipe Camarena, which is also makes Tapatía and El Tesoro, which is one of the.
Tesoro's good. Tesoro's good.
It's really good. We're gonna review that one. Another one is made by Agustín Camarena, who made La Aradiña, which also makes Casco Viejo. Another one was Pedro Camarena that made El Gallito Distillery, which used to make Cazadores. Cazadores is another tequila that everybody loves.
That's the one my client's like, oh yeah, Cazadores. I'm like, oh, well, if you try one of these new ones, I'm like, if you like Cazadores, you'll love this.
It was like, so it's those are the brands that people recognize from way back in the day, but they're not made. People get bought out, XYZ. They get mass produced.
They go corporate.
Or like when you go to Mexico and they'd be like, oh, this one's from Mexico, and I'm like, okay, what is
They're all
that?
from Mexico.
I was like, what does that mean? No, it has the little ball. I was like, so you need little balls in your drink to know that it's from Mexico? I got a couple little balls here.
Got a couple big ones.
It's like that's the thing.
Might go to check out the
Obviously,
doctor.
they have to grow these plants for a couple of years before they can use them for tequila, and obviously that means that there's a limited supply each year. So
Yeah, if they're
obviously brands are going to keep coming and going.
Yeah, see, that's what I like about that too, because it's not. Oh, here, mass. You know, it's
If you want a mature agave, it's usually 6 to 8 years, depending on what region it's made. Because you have the highlands, you have the lowlands. You know, you got different weather. You know, you got different things that are going on that people don't understand. Like you can't. You think a tequila is just made like that? It's 8, 9 years.
It's crazy to think about the tequila you're sipping on was
That's pretty-
started.
but that's
10 years ago?
That goes to show, you know. Hey, take your time and do it right. You know, it's. I like that
Well,
part.
10 years ago, assuming that they, like you said, didn't add anything to it. If they did, it was probably 5 years ago.
Is it no? Don't be in that bucket. That's a tequila.
So, like I said, with Pedro Camarena, 6th generation, his uncle is Felipe Camarena. Like I said, he runs El Pandillo distillery, which makes G4, Volans, all these other ones. And I guess his dad introduced him because the dad and Felipe were cousins, but like
Consígueme hacer, pinche, pon.
being Mexicans,
Consígueme jale.
we call him Tío because
Chamba.
whenever we say, "Oh, this is my second cousin," like, no, it's my Tío, you know.
Voice removed.
Test removed, and they linked up, so that's why he was able to get into that distillery, which is very famous, like I said, and just making great stuff. And I think also it adds to why maybe it was called Primo Tequila, because he got linked up because his dad and Felipe were cousins. I don't know. I think it was really cool, and the fact that, like I said, 6 generations of Pedro Camarena's, you know, a lot of tequila happening. You don't see
Working with family.
working with family. You don't see many.
It's hard.
It's hard. Business owner, you know, it's working with family.
It's hard.
How hard is it?
It's hard. So like my dad has a shop, mechanic shop.
Okay.
I ended up taking over for a little bit.
Do you think your son's gonna work as a mechanic?
No. Nah, not even close.
I can't deal with him now.
No, but so then some stuff happened. So then I ended up going somewhere else working. My brother took over it. I started working with my brother, and me and him are both hard-headed. Like we're
Tercos.
Tercos, yeah, we're tercos, you know. And it's like if it doesn't go my way, then it's no way. If it doesn't go his way, it's no way. And it's like we're gonna butt heads, and it's like, how about we just not work together? Like me, you know, I was like,
All right, you stand outside the shop and I'll work.
exactly. Nah,
Ve por las chelas mejor.
but he already
Hamburguesas.
had it for a little bit. So then I was like, well, the thing is for me to move on. Let me go somewhere else. And like our relationship was a little bit better, but when we were working together, I didn't even see him. I couldn't even talk to him at all. It's hard.
No, it's lefty loose. It's righty tighty.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard. It's hard because you're trying to build something with your family, but then it's like sometimes they say don't make business with family. It's hard. So it's hard. So
It's a business.
yeah, you don't. But I mean, like our relationship is good. Like right now, like I do my own thing, he does his thing. He runs the shop, and it's awesome. Like seeing him grow from what he did. You know?
And no, neta, like when he was telling me about the tequilas, I'm like, that's cool. Like, cause yeah, trust me, yeah, we all fucking get it, you know. Hey, fucking get it, fucking work together and make some shit, you know. And I'm happy, you know, fucking here doing this, you know. Let's show it off. Let's let people know, you know. It's fucking
Not only just
putting
putting
information, you know.
not even just putting the tequilas on, but like also it's
Real
not,
life.
It's not about the bottle. Yeah, it's about like life that's right here, right now. Like I like my brother said, that sometimes we don't get the chance to talk to each other, but also support each other. I started the podcast because what I wanted to do was just not only put the different types of bottles that we drink, the different type of spirits, but also people have actual reactions and show people what these spirits are about as far as
what they've come up with. Innovation.
yeah, getting the bad shtick out, like because everybody wants to shoot it and this and that, but also help other small business owners or anybody who wants to get on to promote anything. I'm down with it because all we got to do is help each other, and that's literally what I would assume that's how they were able to get 6 generations of really good tequila making.
Teamwork,
We're bringing people in that really
making
want
the dream work.
Yeah, literally an uncle helping out his nephew and making a top quality tequila. But yeah, hopefully you guys try a bottle. Right now, I think it retails about like $65, give or take $5-10. It all depends, but very good tequila. If you want to buy as a present, whatever.
Good stuff.
Before
it's real good. Real
before
good.
Yeah, we
close
come
out.
get tattooed, you know. I'll take it as a tip, you know. You know what's appreciation?
We're here at VIP Tattoo, but
VIP
before we
Tattoo
close
McKenna.
out, you want to plug anything in? Where is VIP Tattoo?
Well, don't waste your time and don't waste mine. So we want a serious tattoo. You know, I'm tired of garbage tattoos. VIP Tattoo, McHenry, Illinois. 815-814-4254. Check it out, Google it, see the pictures. If it's along the lines of what you're looking for, then let me know. If not, then you know.
If you call and he doesn't answer, he's probably tattooing. So
Text me.
Antonio, what do you want to plug in? Any advice? Any last comments for the
Coach Antonio. Ooh.
Tony?
Sometimes don't just shoot the tequila, just taste it. Because
Taste-
from me, I've never tasted it. I never just sat down and just tasted like this.
Taste it with good company.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chilling.
Get some good group of friends, guys that just chill and just sip on it and just enjoy it.
Yeah. Tootie? Any last remarks before we close out?
Last remarks. Remember to slow down every once in a while. Enjoy the little things in life.
True.
Yeah.
What I'd say is, like I said, I'm not trying to be a snob. I'm not telling you this is the best, this is the best. Just drink what you like, but know what you drink.
You know what? I like, and I'll pay for the best. I like having nice shit. So yeah, fuck that shit. No, hell no. Be a snob. You're worth it. We're worth it. You know, we don't get 2 chances in life. You know, we get one and just get it. You know, anything worth having is, you know, we're worth it. Don't ever downplay it. I've had lost a lot of friends and that was a shitload of money. You know, instead of enjoying it while they were alive, and you know, we only get one chance. Enjoy it. Sometimes you got.
So try a lot of good tequilas.
So you gotta sometimes, you know, just put the money in, enjoy it, you know. Take it easy, chill, you know. It's not, because look, in the time that we would have been here, what? If we were chilling, messing around, I promise I probably would at least drink more than 4 beers,
Doing the mess around.
you know.
Yep.
Chilling, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Like I said, we made usually a good pour is like 2. They say 1.5, 1 3/4 ounces, but I think we did 3 ounces. And look, like I still have a bunch. You still have a bunch. You still have a bunch. Like we're enjoying it, having a good conversation.
you know,
That's what
a
I like.
little water in between.
Little water. Yeah, I think I finished my water. But
Hydrating is important.
yeah, you know, enjoy it. Hopefully you guys get a chance to try this tequila. Stay tuned. We're gonna try other tequilas, try whiskeys. If you're trying to get on the podcast, let me know. You can get on this too. If you guys don't drink alcohol, I also do make really good mocktails. If you guys haven't been to one of our events, check us out. I'll keep us posted. But yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Sounds good.